welcome to this new world lore video. With the Cold War ending last episode, I wanted to clear some things up. With all the Cold War. So this is all might not be 100% accurate because I didn't save a version of the from the Cold War. So the borders and all that and the colors might not be 100% accurate. So yeah, I'm going to explain things about the Cold War, because some of the things were kind of unclear. Like the first thing is the Suez Canal, because as you can see, in the whole new world, even after, even right now in 1992, after the end of last episode, Britain still has the Suez Canal. When obviously in our timelines, Egypt took it, even though it was never theirs. Not really nice. That's stealing something. How did Britain kept it in this timeline? Well, it's simple. First of all, Egypt, when getting independence, and I mean fully independence, because technically they were independent, but just not really like on papers they were, but like in practice, let's just say it was more complicated. So Egypt gained a bit of Sudan. The reason being that Sudan was actually owned by both Britain and Egypt. So Egypt kind of took a bit here. So that means they got the oil in this region, and so that means Egypt did not had as much as economical problems compared to our timeline Egypt. So that's one thing. So that meant that I don't remember the name of the military guy, but he's probably on the screen right now. He didn't manage to gain power to then take the British Canal to for Egypt to make money, because in our timeline Egypt didn't have any money, and so was the only way they had to because there wasn't that much tourism back in the day. So what happened that one of the military guy, which again the name should be on the screen, just thought, wait a damn second, what if we just took the Suez Canal, then we could gain money from it and probably save our economy. I mean, have a decent economy at least. And you do have to because the king of the kingdom of Egypt, the pharaoh, he was kind of chill with the West, so he got a coup and all that. In this timeline, the pharaoh stayed in power because more land, so they had a better economy. So Egypt is still a kingdom, and the British still have the Suez. I mean, technically it's co-owned by both France and Britain, but you get the point. It kind of prevents total collapse from because now Britain still has a lot of maritime power. That you had the fact that they kept many of their colonies. I mean, first of all, no island nation is getting independence in this series. Why? Because I choose to do so. And they also kept a few territories. They kept this, and they kept Guyana. So obviously they a bit stronger than they were in our timeline by that point. So yeah. Now we have the Portuguese colonies here. I mean, obviously Angola didn't become communist because, that were Portugal. It was already explained why those colonies are still with Portugal last episode, I believe, or maybe the one before that. But basically, the independence movement of those colonies, worked with the liberal revolution that happened in Portugal against the dictator. And so, it's more like United Republics of Portugal, Angola, and Mozambique. So, technically, they're all equal. So this way, they're both profiting from from the economies of each other and all that. And yes, the overseas territories are attached to the Portuguese part of the United Republics. So yeah, that's good to know. Now you know. Well, I mean, for Suriname left the Netherlands because economic reason. I mean, honestly, I don't really have an explanation for everything. I mean, for example, Suriname almost didn't left the Netherlands. Like, so, it's kind of plausible that those things, just happen. Same for Malta. Malta was supposed to get independence, but they still want. They actually wanted to stay with the UK. It's the UK that kicked them out. So those kind of things, which are really, really possible, like 90% possible. I don't really think I need to explain everything. For the colonies, though, like Madagascar, for the French, Djibouti, this thing, all that. This is a bit more complicated, so I'm gonna have to explain it. Actually, oh yeah, also apartheid South Africa still exists in this timeline because reasons, my friend. Yeah, because gotta make this world interesting somehow. I don't really have. I mean, yeah, there's the revolution kind of failed, and I mean, technically every state in the world still condemned, and like they have like 1,000 sanctions, but I don't think they really give a fuck. But yeah, that's a nice fun fact. Is you wouldn't hate this country. I mean, everyone who doesn't hate this country. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you do have North Korea, who's kind of tolerates them. Yeah, that's an all new world thing now. I don't care. This is official, because everything in the lore videos are actually, well, just me going into more detail about the world building of Old New World. So everything I say here is actually true to the Old New World, world, because anyway, it's the overseas territories. First of all, we have Gabon, which actually in our timeline, actually wanted to stay with France. So nice, I guess. The leader wanted to stay with France. I can't really say much about the people, and I doubt it was the same. But the leader wanted, so I guess that works somehow. This is I'm not sure, so I don't want to say bullshit. So I'm not gonna say which country this is because I'm not sure. But yeah, this is in the process of becoming independent, so this won't stay forever. I mean, it's not like they're trying to keep it, but technically it's on the process of becoming independent. This thing, or basically, this is part of British. This was part of British East Africa, British Kenya, and what happened is basically. This thing is more like a huge military base more than anything. So because in the world of Old New World, this is where most of the military stuff of the region is, and basically there is not really any civilians. So it's like, it literally just is a giant military base, basically. So obviously you want to keep your military base, especially if you. If it's there, because yes, there have been changes that dates from before 1926. I kind of lied in the sort of the series. Like for example, Prussia kind of was already not like East Prussia was different. Like already, I might do a whole lore video about that. There are some changes that predates 1926. I kind of lied, but like it's like small things like this. Like sure, okay, now there's a giant military base. It doesn't change much overall, but it's still there. It's kind of irrelevant, to be honest. So I already for the Suez Canal. Djibouti again is technically like French just kind of refuse to leave. Like the UN keeps saying them, "Oh yeah, you gotta leave," and they're like, "No, no, we stay here. You know, it's a good port, and also we can blockade the strait, so don't do shit." You know, so yep. And now we get to the Syrian desert because France just kept the desert, nothing else. Just the freaking desert because I guess oil. I mean, no, it's totally not for oil. It's a nuclear test, right? Yeah, that's totally not the excuse. Literally, totally not the reason. Yeah, totally not for oil. What do you mean? This is a main country that exports oil in Western Europe. I don't know what you're talking about. This has nothing to do with oil, right? Anyway, but as they gave independence to the actual countries, so technically they just kept this desert. There's like 5 people here. I mean, technically there's some people here, but and who cares? It's the desert. Who's gonna complain? Like, why would you want a desert? It's not like again there's oil or anything. There is no oil. Never has been. Trust. Okay, so now we have Italy, or technically the Italian peninsula now. Whatever is going on in Italy, each state has kind of its own thing, and each country, everyone is in the UN, weirdly enough, even though some of them don't even recognize each other. Because again, as I said before, every state that has Italy in its name basically claims either all or 90% of it. Italy claims everything. Kingdom of Italy claims basically everything minus Venice. The Roman Republic claims everything, but they want to do like in the same order as the Roman Republic did, and they even have the same constitution. I mean, they did change it in 1972 to let women vote, so technically it's not the actual old Roman Republic constitution because they kind of changed it in 1972, but it's kind of a minor change, like overall it's basically still the same. You got the fascist guy who again, I don't know why everyone is agreed to let them live, but they're here, I guess. And they also claim all of Italy, and then you get Naples, who doesn't claim all of Italy, just this part. I mean, things they do claim a bit here. Venice, who doesn't really have any real claim on Italian states, and the Kingdom of Lombardia, who doesn't have any claim at all. They just want to southern South Tyrol from Austria, or just all of South Tyrol, because they're Italian there, and for them they're supposed to be the one taking them for some reason. I don't know. I mean, they do also claim this part from France. They do claim that. And the King of Italy does also claim Corsica and Sardinia. Yeah, it claims both. And the Roman Republic also claims Sardinia. And technically the Roman Republic claims everything that was in the Roman Empire, like the exact border. So that's a lot of countries. But yeah. What about it? I don't really think there is any. I mean, oh yes, there's also the weird, kind of not really papal state thing. I mean, technically the Pope is still in Rome because he saw the bullshit there and just doesn't recognize the state. You gotta do some real shit when the Pope doesn't recognize your own country. Like, what did you do? What the frick did you do? But yeah, nobody really want to go there because atrocities are really bad there. Yeah, I don't know why I made this country, but it sucks. It's really bad. And you got Yugoslavia, which is kind of weird. It's constitutional monarchy, but 51% of the freaking parliament is basically the National Communist Party, which is the Communist Party led by Tito. Because in this timeline, if you didn't watch the Balkan Front video, basically Britain went and liberated most of the Balkans, which includes a lot of Yugoslavia. But you also got the revolt, the communist rebels who will also liberate a lot of Yugoslavia. So they kind of had to make a deal and talk things out, to not kill each other, because that would suck. Because they were kind of trying to beat the mustache man. So yeah, I think that will be it for today's lore video. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That was Yanpale Historian. Whatever, have a good whatever time of the day you have, and see you next time, I guess.